Welcome to the journey of my health. Throughout this course, I've learned a lot about me, and I've also taken what I've already done in my daily life and incorporated it with new stuff that I've learned from health. Physical health is important. It's important to everybody, and it's very important to me. In my daily life, I try to be really healthy, but there are some things I do that are not so healthy. Throughout the course of health, we learned about the 6 dimensions of it. The first dimension was physical health. It was really cool learning more about physical health because I really enjoy trying to be the healthiest I can be. But when I did start to go deeper into physical health, I found out that I should be doing more stuff, healthy, than I may be not doing. With my physical health, I tried to do a lot of things to keep in shape. For 13 years of my life, I danced, but then I decided to quit because the studio, it kind of made me sad whenever I went, and I really wasn't enjoying it there anymore. Even though I did stop dancing, I really enjoyed it, and I still do enjoy it. After I did decide to stop dancing, though, I did a lot of other stuff to keep my body in shape. I went to the gym, I bike, and I love going on hikes, especially with my friends. Even though I try to be as healthy as possible, there are still some things that I do that aren't that healthy. I eat ice cream, I eat chips, I eat junk food, candy, but that's stuff everybody does. And I feel like everybody tries to cut back on it when they can, but sometimes you gotta treat yourself. Obviously, you can treat yourself on occasion, and binging on junk food, candy, and chips and ice cream is not the best. But I feel like when you do it in moderation, it's a healthy way of just saying that you've done good and you deserve it. The next dimension of health that we dove into was intellectual health, and I really enjoyed learning about this. Keeping your brain healthy is so important. And when your brain is healthy, your body's healthy. And so if you do something that damages your brain, it could in turn damage your body. I think the reason why I enjoyed learning so much about intellectual health is because it's really important to me. I want to grow up, have a healthy brain, so I can be smart and get a good job. And so learning about this was really important. There's a lot of stuff I do to keep my brain healthy and my intellectual health healthy. I stay away from drugs, nicotine I don't do, and I feel like a ton of other people choose not to do that stuff because they also want their brain to be healthy. A lot of the stuff I do now, like staying away from alcohol and drugs to keep my intellectual health healthy, is really important because I'm still very young and I'm still developing. And so if I did that stuff now, my brain could be damaged for the rest of my life. But maybe when I do get older, maybe I will do some of that stuff. But who knows? The third dimension of health that we learned about was mental health. And not to pick favorites, but this was definitely my favorite to learn about. I think the reason that this was my favorite is because of how important mental health is. It's important to everybody. Mental health is also really cool to learn about because it ties into intellectual health and physical health. If your mental health is not in the best place, your physical health won't be in the best place, and also your brain won't be in the best place. There's a ton of stuff I do to keep my mental health healthy. My favorite thing to do is definitely write in my journal. I love doing that just at the end of the day to unwind and just write down everything that happened. And I can look back at it and see what was good that happened and maybe anything bad that happened. One thing pertaining to my mental health that maybe is not the healthiest thing to do is I have a hard time talking about stuff that's happened. I don't really like talking about my feelings, and maybe if I'm upset about something, I usually just hold it in and not talk about it, but that's definitely something I would like to fix. And mental health is also not just about feelings and emotions and stuff like that. That's a big part, but it's not just that. Mental health has to deal with a ton of stuff. Illnesses, depression, and all of that. And definitely one thing that was top tier and really cool to learn about was learning about all the illnesses that have to do with mental health. When we did it, I got OCD, and it was really cool researching it and learning about how people deal with it, but also the bad stuff that comes with it. And that's just stuff that happens, and it was really cool to learn about it. And the fourth dimension of health that we learned about was social health. It's funny because social health is probably the most important dimension of health because of what's going on today. For me to keep my social health healthy, especially with what's going on today, I really have not been out. If I do go out, I wear a mask and gloves because I have asthma. And one of the scary things that I was told at the beginning of all of this was that if I did so happen to get sick with the virus, I could have died. So my social health is very important to me. But social health pertaining to only getting sick is not the only thing you have to worry about with your social health. If you're with a partner, a boyfriend and girlfriend, and you're moving quick, there's a ton of stuff you have to worry about. But that doesn't really pertain to me. For me, especially now with what's going on, I try to practice good social health. For example, when I'm sick, I stay home from school until I'm completely healthy, and I usually really don't even see my family when I'm sick because I just don't want anybody else to get sick. I would say, pertaining to my social health, there's really nothing that I do that is unhealthy. Because of how important my health and everybody else's health is around me, I try to be good at social health. The second to last dimension of health that we learned about was consumer health, and I really did enjoy learning about this one because it is cliche, but I do love to shop. But even though consumer health pertains to shopping, online shopping, and all of that, that's not the only thing you have to worry about with consumer health. There's a ton of other stuff. I like learning about consumer health because of how important shopping is to everybody. And it was really cool to learn about all the stuff and tactics that some people do to try to tie you into stuff. And it's funny because you always hear on the radio, one-time offer, free time trial, buy one, get one free, buy one, get two free. And it was really cool learning that sometimes those are all lies. But for me, consumer health is really important because, for example, if I buy something and it breaks, I like to know that I have the right to return it and get my money back. And I also like to know that where I'm buying stuff from, it's nice and sustainable and it's not going to affect me in any way. And when it pertains to how healthy I am with consumer health, I think I'm pretty healthy because when I see those offers, I really don't go into them because sometimes I know it's not worth it. And the last dimension of health that we learned about was environmental health. For me, environmental health is so important because I'm hoping to live a long, happy life, and I need the earth that we live on to do that. And if we don't keep the environment healthy, we're not going to be healthy. I think that this is the health dimension that I'm most in tune with because of how important it is to me. For example, what I do healthy is I recycle, I use less electricity, I do not use plastic water bottles, and I only use my reusable water bottle. I do not use plastic straws. I buy from sustainable brands. As you can see, I could go on and on because environmental health is very important to me. I want to keep the oceans clean, I want to protect the animals, and I also want to protect people. But the one thing that is unhealthy that I do is I'm not fully sustainable. And that's something that I would love to be when I'm older, but I just don't think I could do that right now. But this health dimension was really great to learn about because I loved learning about the oceans and all the pollution that goes on and how much there actually is. And I also really enjoyed learning about this because I got more tips on how to be more environmentally healthy. But anyways, thank you for watching my video. I know it's really long, but health is just really important to me, and I really enjoyed taking summer health.